What's up, y'all? Happy Thursday. It is your girl V with Reality Recap. We are here for the weekly reality news recap. Give you all the tea, all the drama that has happened this week so far in reality TV news. We're going to go through this dumpster fire of an interview with Jen Williams and her fiance Christian Gold. They were on Carlos King's podcast this week. Got some reality TV news as far as Real Housewives of Atlanta and their season finale. Got a little bit of tea for you on that. And everything in between. How y'all doing? We are streaming live right now on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. You can comment, interact. Make sure you guys hit the Cash app. Help support your girl. Help me to keep growing, promoting, and traveling to all these different reality TV events. I appreciate you. I wanted to say right before I got on here in some Love and Hip Hop ATL news, I saw Zell Swag posted a video of him being arrested in the back of a police car. I'm not sure what happened. It was only about a 6-second video that had no sound, but he had a video of himself with handcuffs on in the police car, and his caption said, "Somebody come bail me out." So more to come on what happened there. I put it in my story if you want to see it real quick. I put it in my IG and FB story before I hopped on here. But I want to know what is going on with Zell. Why is he posting that he's getting arrested? I need one of the Love and Hip Hop gurus. I am Kid Pros or somebody got to let me know what is going on. But yeah, I saw Zell Swag right before I got on here was allegedly being arrested. So more to come. But let's get into our weekly news this week, starting with the interview with Jen Williams, a basketball wife star, and her fiance, Christopher Gold. Let me start out by saying this. When I watched this interview, I truly watched hoping that he could clear his name, that he could help me understand all of the rumors and gossip and what's out there about him in the streets. And this was a 2-hour interview. And you know what? Carlos King even said it in the interview, like, Jen, no one wants to see you do bad or laughing at you. It's more out of concern. Because at this point, we got to realize, right? How long has Basketball Wives been on the air? I mean, definitely over 10 years have we been watching Basketball Wives. And Jen has been on from the beginning. So, yeah, 11 seasons, and they started in 2010. That's how long Basketball Wives has been on. So, of course, we've seen Jen go through all types of relationships. We've seen Jen with the basketball player she first started out on the show who wasn't coming home, cheating on her, threw the drink in her face. We saw this relationship that she had with the other reality TV star, the guy from, the Sweetie Pies or something like that, who went to jail for putting out a hit to have his nephew murdered. We seen her with this other guy do a whole documentary because he scammed her out of her Range Rover. Like, let's just be honest, she has not made very good choices when it comes to men. So again, I was looking and really watching this interview, hoping that he would not clear his name, but yeah, clear his name. To be honest, let's just keep it real. Clear his name, help us understand, clear up the discrepancies, and I would walk away feeling like, all right, this is a good choice for her, and she should marry him on September 14th. And I have to be honest, y'all, it was the total opposite. It was a total waste of 2 hours to sit there and watch him dance around every single question that was asked of him. Real talk, y'all. Like, every question took him almost 20-25 minutes to answer. And if I sat here and went through all of it, y'all, it'd take up my whole damn podcast hour. But just some key points that I found interesting is, number one, they talked about how they met. it took him almost 30 minutes to answer that question. He started it out again. It felt like campaigning for himself and letting us know that, he had a therapy session that day because he takes his therapy very serious. He has a therapist that comes to his home at the time. He had his therapy session, poured a glass of wine, and he went up to the rooftop where Jen was with a friend that lived in the same building as him. And that's how he met Jen. That he had never seen Basketball Wives, but he knew who she was. Um, I doubt he's never watched Basketball Wives or had any inkling of her being on this show. But again, it felt like he was campaigning to build himself up. They asked him questions about who he is. He talked about being raised by his mom, that he knows his father and they did well co-parenting, but he really gives the credit to his mother. That's who he grew up with. He wants us to believe that, he went to school, which I'm not saying that may not be true, that he went to school, he went to college, and that he had a six-figure job at 19 years old, making over $130,000 a year. He got into the relationship with the ex-girlfriend that is the reason why. I ain't gonna say she the reason why, but the altercation that happened was with this ex-girlfriend that he did 7 years in prison for. He was sentenced to 10 years, serving 7. Right? So we get into this whole relationship where he says that this girl was younger. He doesn't say how much younger, because if him being 19, I don't know the laws in Georgia, but I know here that means the girl should have been at least 18. So don't know how old she is, but he said that the girl was younger. They were living together. He was taking care of all the bills. And that this altercation where he was convicted of false imprisonment, where there are documents out there saying that she jumped off of a balcony to get away from him and broke both her ankles and had to spend time in a wheelchair. He's telling us that altercation started because he came home that night to talk to her about finances. But he didn't want her to pay nothing. But they were talking about finances. That they both had been drinking while having this conversation, which I don't know the laws in Georgia for drinking, but you got to be 21 here. Okay? So I'm just listening and the red flags is coming up, but he's saying that his only wrongdoing in this conversation or this altercation or argument was that he had a lot of arrogance, and that at the time with him making this money, you couldn't tell him nothing. Like he's not somebody you can tell anything. So he's saying his only wrongdoing in this altercation that got him serving 7 years in prison was he came home with this girl, had a conversation about finances, and that he wasn't listening, that he was being arrogant, and they were both drinking, and the girlfriend got upset. He says there was no domestic violence whatsoever. I don't know if that's true or not, but I will say he was acquitted of the domestic violence charges. He was only charged for false imprisonment. He says the false imprisonment comes from his girlfriend at the time wanting to leave the apartment and him just standing in front of the door and saying, "No, you can't leave. You're intoxicated. I'm going to take your keys. You cannot drive." And that after trying to keep her in, Locked Up 73 said, "Laugh Out Loud sounded like a lie. Everything sounded like a lie. Thank you for checking in." But that, yeah, he was saying, I don't want you to leave. You've been drinking. And then at some point he said that, "You know what? I'll leave. You stay." Right? So at this point, he says he goes to pack a bag after this back and forth of telling her she can't drink and drive or leave, and that he was going from the front door to the back door. I don't know how you have a front and a back door in an apartment building or an apartment. I ain't never seen that, but that's what he said. Maybe talking about the fire escape. Who knows? But he's saying that he told her he was going to leave and that he went to pack a bag. Next thing he know, She jumped out of the window, and I think he said they were on like the second or third floor. That she jumped out of the window. He said he didn't want to speak for her, but he believes that this woman was trying to unalive herself by jumping off of the second or third floor balcony. I don't know how she expected those results. It just wasn't making any sense to me whatsoever. None whatsoever. And he's saying that, the woman apparently didn't file any charges because he ended up with this woman again after this. He's saying that nobody came after him right away, that the next day when he went back, the locks had been changed and he was trying to get in and the police came. He was arrested, bonded out, and that he heard nothing about this case for almost a year or so. He's saying that he even had moved back in with the girl and tried to work it out. And she did not file charges, but the state picked it up. Sounds like a toxic relationship to me. And she did not want to get him in trouble. He said also after that, when he got bailed out, he didn't lose his job. He's still 19, making six figures in the corporate world. He did not say where he worked at the time. Okay? So this is the gist of what happened that night, according to Christian Goldwalden, honey. He said during his trial or him going to court, why he got sentenced to 7 years is because he had a lawyer who dropped out the night or day before the trial. Very interesting. And he was left to be defended by a public defender. He also said that throughout this trial, that he doesn't blame the public defender, that the public defender really tried to help him and do all he could for his case. He even said that the public defender would call him and say, I'm really working hard on your case. I ain't even having sex with my wife because that's how hard I'm that's how hard I'm working on your case. I said, Lord, this man is a lie and the truth ain't in him. I could not believe he sat there and told her that his public defender was not having sex with his wife because he wanted to get his case resolved that badly. Yes, that's the same thing I was doing Locked Up 73. I was crying watching this interview. Like, even I could not believe what was coming out of this man's mouth. But, he had poor representation. It didn't go in his favor. He was convicted of the false imprisonment, and he was sentenced to 10 years to serve 7. Now, as far as his restitution, because that came up, he did tell Carlos King, because Carlos King says, did you pay the $250? Jen, did you help? Jen says she did not help, and he claims that he paid the whole $250K, that is cleared up and paid for. He tried to explain, because I let you guys know, when I look at the records out there, it shows that his restitution was only $12,000, not $250,000. He gave us some roundabout, long-ass explanation about how his parent or his family paid for a lawyer for him to get out, and that's why I guess he got out earlier than the 10 years. I don't know. But he's trying to make us believe that there's 2 separate cases. And one case is the $12,000 restitution because it was reopened or retried. The $12,000 is for the medical bills for his girlfriend at the time who jumped out of the window to get away from him because he didn't want her to drive drunk, and that was it, child. But she had medical bills, and that's what that restitution is for. Yet he still is saying he had the $250,000 restitution, but wasn't clear on what this other alleged $250,000 restitution was for. I have no idea, but he said that it's paid. It's not, the math is not mathing. Like I told you guys, I also showed you, he had an alleged warrant out there for his arrest for leaving out the country with Jen and not getting permission from his parole officer. But he want us to believe that the $250,000 restitution is paid, that the altercation that led to him being locked up for 7 years was truly just, he said he was not aware that was a law in Georgia where when you're arguing with someone, you can't block the door and say, "You're drunk." No, you can't leave. And he is adamant that there was no domestic violence. And again, he was acquitted of that. In my opinion, that doesn't mean that there was none. It's just because the girl didn't file any charges. This was picked up by the state and probably no evidence provided of the domestic violence. Now, live through me. You in here. You tell me your thoughts. But this is what this man is claiming. He was also asked what was his net worth. While being asked these questions, he's sitting there with a hat on low and he moving his fingers like this. My net worth? My net worth? About 6 million. He said that his net worth right now is about 6 million, but you was struggling to pay a $250,000 restitution. He says that the 6 million is outside of him having any cars or real estate or anything like that. And that when he met Jen, he had 1 million liquid. Yo, you can't make this shit up, y'all. Like, I was sitting there like, what the fuck is this man talking about? Real talk. Lady Scorpio, hey, thank you for checking in. She said, lying. Yeah, that's all I heard in my head the whole time he was talking. Oh my God. Stop fucking lying. Hey, Lovely Nice. Lovely Nice said, I still don't know what he do. Repeating every question is a red flag. Yeah, repeating questions, having on a little hat, rubbing your fingers together like this while you're talking. Oh, you're tagging Lovely Nice. Said big time. Yes, I'm telling you, like, I don't know. And I walked away. That's what I said. I walked away more confused and feeling even worse and worried for Jen before I was. Lived Through Me said he might have got 6 M's in stock. Now that's what he did say. They asked if he showed Jen bank accounts. She said no. He was like, yes, I did. I do show you bank accounts. He said, well, not bank accounts, but I put the computer in front of her. And she like, yeah, I be seeing where the sticks go from red to blue, and then the number just be shooting up over 60 seconds. It went from like this to like 50,000. Stop saying this shit out loud, Jen. Like, just sit there and drink the wine. Locked Up 73 said, I feel bad for her. It's given he gonna leave Jen high and dry. For real. For real. Like, he tried to explain what he does, and not make us believe that it's a pyramid scheme, because he's saying he doesn't charge a percentage. But he's saying that he trades, that's his skill. He trades on his own outside of his company. And that his company is where he teach people his trading skills. He gives them basically the blueprint of his trading where they could just copy and paste, put it in, and make the same money as he's making. And that it's not a pyramid scheme because he doesn't charge them a percentage, but he charges one flat fee to show you his skills. He said that he's been called a scammer in this business all his life. I wish my husband was on right now. I could tell me, because he named some people that he looked up to. Something Walden, he said, and my husband went and looked it up, the guy's name, when he said it, and the first thing that popped up was well-known scammer that scammed African Americans out of their money through a pyramid scheme. So I was like, that is not a good reference. What the fuck are you talking about? Y'all, I was crying. Lovely Night said, girl, I'm not about to play with you. What you mean? Lovely Night did say Stormy name. She a scammer. Yeah, like, I don't know. It just was like, bro, you just digging yourself deeper and deeper into a hole. But then he started flexing a little bit, showing off the watch he had on, and said Jen brought it for him. But that, look at the watch she wearing, some tech watch, that's the first watch I got her. That was her first gift from me. Yada, yada, yada. He's trying to make us think that he has this money, but it don't make him. You know, he said the happiest he was. He said when he made his first million, he blew it all on living in high rise, fancy apartments and cars and paying for everybody's way and bottles in the club. And he said he went from having $1 million in his bank account down to negative 39 cents, but that he was his happiest with the negative 39 cents. I said, oh my God. So he also said that once him and Jen is married, she's in charge of all finances. That he gonna give her wallet to her. So he said if we see them out eating dinner and she paying, it's cause she got his wallet. That's what he want us to know. Live Through Me said that's a scam. He lying about teaching people how to trade. I've been in them groups. They charge $500 a month to lose people money. Yeah, he said he charged one flat fee. That's it, because he got to give back to the people, and that he loves sharing his story, and that's what he meant on Basketball Wives when he said to Jen that he wants a job. That he didn't mean that he trying to go out there and really be in the working corporate America, because he hates that. He's done that, been there, done that, got a t-shirt, honey. He was making 6 figures at 19. So that ain't what he meant. But he's saying that he said that he used to be on platform stages talking to hundreds and thousands of people about his story and how he turned his life around and made all this money in his investing, and that's what he misses about the workforce. The entire time he was talking, Jim was just sitting there looking at him, like, drinking wine and looking. And you could see her in her head saying, they're going to pick everything apart he's saying. And also saying, I should have got this man an interview coach. Yeah. He definitely needed to be prepped before going on Carlos King. And I was a little upset with Carlos King. Even though Carlos King was asking the right questions, he was really acting like this is a good thing for Jen. And she's saying, like, I really like you. I've been friends with Jen for almost 15 years. And he said, I pulled her aside and asked her, like, is you good? But when I ate dinner with y'all for approximately an hour, I think you a really good person. Like, Carlos, stop lying. He was telling you the same lies he was telling us through that television. And you don't believe none of it. So that's my only gripe with Carlos. It was like, keep it 100, because none of this shit is making sense. Like, let's just be for real. But it was a total waste of my hour and 54 minutes. I could not believe what was coming out of this man's mouth. I felt like Jen had a bit of an attitude. She told us that she found her fuck it button. She don't care what nobody got to say, and people always picking him apart. And I think she's missing it too. Like, it's going over her head. And like I said, Carlos said that to her, but it's not about us wanting to see Jen do bad. A lot of us, I don't want to speak for nobody, but I'll say for me, like I said, Basketball Wives has been coming on since 2010. That's almost 15 years that Jen has been on and off our televisions. You grow to like these people, or to know Jen ain't got no street smarts. Jen don't have not one lick of street smarts. And we know you make bad decisions when it comes to men. And at this point, we don't watch you get scammed and do a whole goddamn documentary about it. We don't want it to be a part 2 to the documentary. That's it. Nobody's hating on you, boo. We want to see you happy. I swear I do. I really, really do. But I just don't think that he's the one. So I hope it doesn't go awry. I hope he's not saying that she's in charge she's in charge of the finances when they get married, so he can blame all the shit on him. When the hammer come down, he's gonna blame it all on Jen. I hope that's not the case. But all I can say, y'all, September 14th, it's going down. They getting married. He said the $250 is paid, y'all. He said the $250 of restitution is paid. So that means, unless, whatever's going on with this warrant that was just filed on August 9th for him traveling without permission by the parole officer, he should be at the altar prepared to marry Jen. Now, when I posted that stuff last week, y'all, about the warrant and stuff, I had a visitor to my page. Evelyn Lozado visited my page. She started following me. I found that very, very strange. After all this time, I've always covered Basketball Wife. Evelyn is following me now. I really wanted her to see that post, and that's who she should be investigating this season on Basketball Wives. A bunch of y'all have said that already. Don't, that's your friend, then look out for your friend and find what I found. Okay? Because if you want to get your hours in PR or whatever it is, PI, if you want to get your hours in that, this is where you can get your hours real quick. So I even showed y'all the records where it said that he had only paid $54 towards the restitution. And that was back in like 2018 was the last payment he was showing. So he was overdue on that too. But he says paid, y'all. He says paid. Love these. I said not one time in that interview she said to herself, "This shit sound crazy." And she didn't say it, but it was on her face. If you ask me, it was definitely on her face. Like, look at her picture there. She like, oh my god, why did I do this? Live through me. What else? Love. I gotta see y'all. Y'all typing fast tonight. Live through me said Ash is in charge because it's her finances. Yeah. We gonna see. So you saying it's her finances and she, not the sugar mama. Not she, the sugar mama lived through me. Love D Nice said, now where the girlfriend, I can't wait until she come out of the blue. That's the same thing I say, Love D Nice. I need to hear the story from the girlfriend. Because it sounds like from what he's saying, she went back after this. She didn't file any charges, and they actually, and he didn't really go to trial or have to hear. He didn't hear from the state from like till like a year or so after the incident, and that he actually continued to live with this girl. Like they tried the relationship again, and he is saying that she allegedly, he believes she tried to unalive herself by jumping off the third floor balcony. That she wasn't trying to get away from him. That she was trying to unalive herself. So exactly my thoughts, Love D Nice. Where's this girl? And we need an interview ASAP. Live through me said, please point me in the direction of the gullible woman, cause damn, I'm tired of women with common sense. Yeah. And that's what I said. Jen might have some common sense. She's educated, I believe. I think is you need the ones with no street smarts if you're gonna be scamming them. That's what you need. Love D Nice. And it's giving Jen never met them kids. Yeah, he said he had 4 kids last night. Um, there was no mention of the relationship with the baby's mothers, or if there's more than one baby mother, that there's any relationship with Jen. But he said last night he had 4 kids. Yeah. But y'all, Evelyn stopped past my page. She started following me. She sent me a DM saying, "Oh, you're doing so great covering Basketball Wives. We appreciate your support." I'm like, okay, girl, scroll down and see what I posted. Okay, and go look into that for me. Vanessa Ryder stopped past my page. I remember her from last season. She actually started investigating Jennifer's fiance last season, and everybody got upset about it and saying she needs to mind her business. She stopped by my page and said, "Karma don't miss," and give her flowers because she told us that he was a scammer. So she stopped by my page too and commented when I posted the stuff. Not Love D Nice at this point. I'm about to start dating women because what the hell? Yeah. I don't know. Gotta find you a Jen. Locked up 73 said, I thought he would tell the ages of the kids. No, he mentioned that just that it is he wants to keep their lives very separate, very private. He doesn't post them at all. That he doesn't want them in the mix of what's going on in the scrutiny that he's under. Love D Nice said, "Crazy Jackie gonna be the one who needs to investigate him." Yeah, get your lick back, Jackie, and investigate him, and investigate Evelyn. Lonely behind up here. I saw she adopted yet another dog, y'all. Like I am not trying to say I believe that bestiality nonsense that Jackie was talking about, but it's given not cat lady but dog lady, honey, and the iguana, and she keep adopting them. Like I hope she find love too. She's been through a lot since we started watching her in 2010 too. So, but yeah, she adopted yet another dog. So I don't know, y'all. But let's keep going. We done spent almost 30 minutes talking about Jen in this interview because it's a 2 hour interview. If y'all ain't watched it, go take a look and tell me what you think. I stayed up late to watch that, really thinking I was going to walk away feeling like he is a good person and he cleared his name. And that is just not the case, y'all. I really went into it with a positive mind. I'm not even playing. So let's move on and get into this Real Housewives of Atlanta tea. Now, I'll let you guys know that Real Housewives of Atlanta has finally wrapped. They wrapped last week filming. We hopefully get a date. I don't know when it's gonna come on. I told you guys I don't even think we're gonna get Real Housewives of Atlanta until 2025. At this point, you have Salt Lake City about to come on, Beverly Hills wrapped filming already, Potomac wrapped filming already, and they're both set to come in mid-fall, late fall. I really don't see us getting Housewives of Atlanta because of how long it took them to film and wrap. Love Dinesh, you think we getting them in November? I don't know. Because you already gonna have Potomac and Beverly Hills and Salt Lake City starts in September, right? That and you got New York starting. So you got New York starting, Salt Lake City, and then Beverly Hills and Potomac. I don't know if we're gonna get Atlanta in November. I in my gut, I think it won't be till 2025, but we'll see. Maybe they're gonna give us a bunch of housewives because it was a housewives drought for a minute. We went some time with not having any shows on, so we gonna see. But I'm not hopeful it's gonna be by November. That they just wrapped last week. They're gonna edit, do confessionals, and all of that by November. I'm just not hopeful. But hey, we definitely gonna see. I hope you're right because the more housewives on, the merrier. The more I have to talk to you about. But Real Housewives of Atlanta had their season finale taping before they wrapped last week, and the finale was taped at an event for one of the newbies, the new housewife Angela Oakley. Angela Oakley I had did my research on her. She is a finance and real estate mogul and a mom and wife. She's married to Charles Oakley, who is a retired basketball player. I hear he's someone that's well known for being like one of the best rebounders and defensive players in the NBA. He played 19 seasons in the NBA with the New York Knicks. It looks like he was on some other teams too, like Houston Rockets, Chicago Bulls, the Wizards. I'm not a basketball girl. I'm more of a football girl, but I think he's like, legend status. But that is her husband. Okay, Live Through Me said Knicks legend. That's what I picked up from it. He's 60 years old now, but he's married to Angela Oakley. They had a foundation event, and that's where the season finale was taped, where his Charles Oakley Foundation was looking to feed 100,000 kids or something like that. Well, this guy you see in the picture, his name is Alex. He was at the event throwing hella shade on his Instagram story. He said that he ain't never been to a black tie gala where they smoking trees in the bathroom. He said it was giving wedding package at the hotel. It's giving 5,500 budget. He said it's giving, but not giving. That's what he said. He was ripping the event apart. Now, allegedly, the tea is that this man, Alex, they had all the ladies sit down in an area after the gala was over, and he had some tea that Charles Oakley is allegedly cheating on Angela Oakley. And Angela allegedly got really upset and called Alex the F word. Y'all already know. And she says it's not true. He's saying it is. Some people are saying that he had choice words for her, calling her a raggedy bitch, all this stuff like that. But apparently there was some tea about Charles being a cheater. Is that far-fetched with him being a basketball legend and retired and still have millions of dollars and he down there in Atlanta? Not far fetched at all. So that is the tea. We know there's some beefs on this season because Brittany Edie and the other new girl, Kelly, I believe her name is, they started off cool in the beginning of the season. They unfollowed each other. Um, Drew and Portia had unfollowed each other, and we know Drew was making music with Portia's baby daddy, and people we were looking at her sideways about that. Because what are you doing? That's your friend, and your husband is still living in your basement fighting to keep your money while y'all go through this divorce. So it's a lot going on. I think it's gonna be a good season. Um, I look forward to it whenever it airs. I have no idea, but I will keep you posted. But that is the tea that supposedly is going to give us all the arguing and altercations at the season finale of Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I'll keep you posted if anything else drops, because there was a few pages in the building at the finale. Reality Chat was there. Binge Worthy, which you know, Binge Worthy, he covers everything Housewives Atlanta. So it was a few pages in the building. So if they got any tea, I'll definitely let you know. But I think Kenya is not gonna make a difference. I really think it's gonna be a good season. I'm always hopeful, except for New York. New York is the one that I'm like, give me the old girls back, honey. But I'm hopeful for all of these shows coming back on, and we're gonna see what happens with these new girls, this fresh blood. Can they carry the torch of Miss Nene Leakes, honey? Of can she's on the backs of Sheree Whitfield, Kim Zolciak? Can you measure up, Lisa? Whoa, we gonna see. In this upcoming season, but y'all know, soon as we find out more about a trailer, I got y'all. I always do. If we find out any season premiere dates, I got you always. So make sure you follow, like, share, and subscribe. All right. Now, also in Real Housewives of Atlanta news, on my feed this week was Drew Sidora arguing with her makeup artist, the makeup artist, and we got another one saying that Drew don't pay. Okay, Sheree Whitfield Jr. But we know she had the little lawsuit with the chef before. Now she got the makeup artist. He says she didn't pay him. The makeup artist also said that Drew is allegedly committing fraud, that the feds are after her, and that they coming for her, and as if he was going to be an accomplice to help. Shit, like, that's how he was trying to make it seem. Now, Drew did put out a statement basically denying the claims that there is no federal investigation against her, that her lawyer would be taking action against this person that started these rumors. But she said, yeah, there is no federal investigation or legal action being taken against me. So we gonna find out. Live Through Me said Drew been sneaky since not since Derwin. You know what? I still ain't forgiving her for that. Because if y'all don't know, I watch the game every night. Every night. I can't go to sleep. I cope with TV, and I need nostalgic shows to help me with my anxieties in order for me to go to sleep. So I watch, it's either gonna be Martin or the game before I go to sleep. And the game been winning a lot lately. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I even added Mob Wives in there, where I can't go to sleep if it ain't Mob Wives, the game, or Martin every night. But yeah, I still ain't forgave Drew Sidora for that. For her Derwin Davis nonsense. Cause that's how he ended up messing around with old what's the name that got pregnant. So listen. But yeah, that's what they say. The man says she ain't paid, and that the popo was after her, and she said it's not true, and she gonna take legal action. But I had to bring it to y'all. You know, we sip all the tea that happened for the week, so this was what was coming across my timeline. Now, what I saw recently as well is Brandy Glanville exposes Andy Cohen and exposes text messages where she, allegedly he was pressuring her to sleep with other Bravo employees. So let me just recap this for you guys. Brandy Glanville was hired to be on Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, which will never air. Her season of Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip will never air because while on this trip, allegedly, she touched Carolyn Manzo, a former Real Housewives of New Jersey castmate, inappropriately. Carolyn Manzo felt sexually harassed and she left. You know, Ultimate Girls Trip, they usually all come together, travel to another country, and they stay for like 2 weeks or so, and it's filmed. She left early, basically quitting the show. And because of that, Brandy was fired. The show was put on the shelf, never to be seen. Um, so that's how it started. Now, Brandy then, in my opinion, she kind of retaliated and said that she started accusing and sending a letter through her lawyer saying that she would sue because she felt that she had been sexually harassed by Andy Cohen, who Andy Cohen really put out a statement saying, well, he thought they were friends. And if you think about it, is Brandy really employed by Bravo for him to be her boss? She hasn't been on, I mean, she did the Ultimate Girls Trip, but she hasn't been on Beverly Hills Housewives for years now. So I don't know how you feel pressured by your boss because he invited you to BravoCon. But apparently, she was going to sue sexual harassment and felt like because there was a FaceTime call that Andy did with a girl. I forget the girl's name, but he had a girl. He was on FaceTime, and they called Brandy and said, "Hey, you want to watch on FaceTime while I have sex with her?" Well, he said he clearly was joking. We know that Andy is gay. So him sleeping with a woman would clearly be a joke. We all saw Andy. Somebody caught Andy at Pride out there rubbing some nipples on a man. So we know that that was just a joke, right? But she felt sexually harassed by that. Live Through Me said, Andy a freaky ass boy. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, he literally was on the streets rubbing nipples, okay? So he apologized. He put out a statement and apologized. And then now she has leaked text messages where she says she felt pressured to sleep with other Bravo guests. Again, at that point, to my knowledge, Andy was not her boss. She was, I mean, she was at BravoCon, but they always have former Bravo Labs. Yes, I've been to BravoCon. They have former Bravo Labs and stuff there. So I don't know, y'all. I've read the text messages where he was. To me, it seemed like a friend talking to a friend trying to hook him up with somebody. Nowhere in the text messages it said you have to sleep with this person or you're going to be fired or you're not going to be able to film or you're not going to be on any shows or anything like that. He literally was saying, "Hey, you know, I was hoping that you hooked up with my stage manager or something. I think he likes you." And she responded saying, "Well, I think he like you." And they laughed about it. And then he was saying to her like, "Yeah, I think from Southern Charm, Austin likes you too." And she was like, "Yeah, Austin been in my DM as well as Shep." And she even said, "I'm gonna take a trip to Charleston. I don't even like men that have blonde hair or something like that, but I'm gonna take a trip to Charleston." So nowhere in that did I read personally for me that he was pressuring her to sleep with someone or like her feeling like her boss was telling her she had to do this. I don't know. Lady Scorpio said she grown. She didn't have to do it. And I don't think she did do it. And I mean, at least not in the text message I read. It wasn't like she was like, "Okay, if you say I have to do this, I'm going to do this." So I read it to me because Andy said it. They were close friends. Again, it feels like retaliation to me and that she's just upset. um Again, not trying to discredit her claims. If that's what she believes, that's what she believes. I'm just telling y'all when I read the text messages, that's not what I picked up from it. But if you want to see the text, you can go head over to my good friend TV Deeds. He posted all of the text messages together. But I'm gonna tell y'all, I did not. That's not what I read when I looked at it. I really didn't. So we'll see what happens. I've been seeing headlines that Brandy's fans are calling for Andy to be terminated, for him to be fired. I was like, what fans? With her little, she got a fan. She got fans. Brandy got fans. I mean, we know she's good at the shade. Loved her for that, but I don't know if she got enough fans to get Mr. Daddy Andy Cohen fired. But that's what I saw in the headlines today. So we'll see what happens if he makes another statement. If there is any, repercussions for him because of it. But again, I didn't read anything incriminating in those text messages. Just my thoughts. Lady Scorpio, you agree? It seems that way, but yeah, I didn't read anything that was that serious, to be honest. Just speaking my truth. Now, let's talk about Salt Lake City, y'all. Salt Lake City, I gave y'all, first of all, I let y'all know first that the trailer was going to drop a day before it dropped. I let y'all know first that the season was going to premiere September 18th, honey. So, again, if you are not following me, if you do not have my alerts on, why not? Because it be really aggravating me that I see these pages that are bigger than me when they post or give news, and they be all these likes and reactions, and I be like, hello, I told y'all that 24, 48 hours ago. Hello. Like, why y'all not following? Why y'all not got my alerts on? Why are you not in my broadcast channel, people? But anyway, I digress. But I be feeling some type of way because I really be the one telling y'all this stuff first. Just saying. But yeah, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is coming back. They are premiering. When are they premiering? Because I don't want to tell you the wrong date. September 18th. There's so many shows. I got to keep it together. But they will be premiering September 18th. We have 3 new girls on the show. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about them. One is a housewife. So the one down at the end with the short hair, she is on as a housewife. The rest are, the other 2 are just friends of the show. But I think they're going to be pretty good. Bronwyn Newport, she is the housewife, the one with the short hair. If you saw in the trailer, she dressed very kooky. Like, she out there in Salt Lake City with leopard shorts on and a puffer jacket and wearing a huge fur heart. She has a very kooky way of dressing, but it looks like she could pull it off. So I'm interested to see her fashions. But it says that Bronwyn is a successful Broadway producer and fashion influencer with impeccable taste in trend-setting fashion. Outside of her professional endeavors, Bronwyn is a dedicated liberal political activist, leveraging her influence to champion progressive causes on causes and social justice initiatives. She's deeply engaged in philanthropy and actively supports numerous charitable organizations and community initiatives. She's a longtime friend of Lisa Barlow. Bronwyn makes a splash with the ladies with her outrageous, fabulous, and confrontational style. So yes, she can dress. She looked like she don't take no shit, and she not there for nobody to like her. That's what I gathered from the trailer. I think she's gonna be another no nonsense, and gonna be telling these girls off. That's what I saw. Lovely Night said Mary C and her friend about to fall out. I can't wait to see it. Yeah, her and why I wanted to say Madeline. I don't know. But yes, I do see her and her friend are gonna fall out. Mary is a full-time housewife now, so she will be full-time. It looks like she's actually participating this season and not just sitting in the sprinter ordering McDonald's. She actually is showing up and participating. So we'll see how that goes. They said, look, you want this check, if you want to be a housewife, you're going to have to work for it. And I guess she signed on the dotted line. So Mary C is an actual housewife this season. Now, Mealy Workman is the one in the middle. Mealy Workman, she is a full-time model with 4 young children and a husband, and she and her husband work to keep their romantic spark alive while raising their children. Mealy is redefining her identity outside of motherhood. Originally from California, Mealy was raised and moved to Utah to be more involved in the church. but ultimately decided that the faith was not for her. So, typical on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, she may have been Mormon and stepped away from it. The same as Heather, they may bond on that level, but she's beautiful. I've been following her for a long time because I literally told y'all almost 6 months ago that these were going to be the new housewives. Again, why your alert's not on? Literally already told y'all that. So I've been following her for some time, but she has a beautiful family. I'm really, looking and I'm looking forward to it and getting to know these new girls. Love D Nice said Mary need her job this year. Wow, what's going on? Her church ain't doing good. Talk to me in the DM, Love D Nice, if you know something. But let me know why she needs a check. But yeah, and then lastly we have Brittany Bateman, who's the one here in the like aqua bluish dress. Says that she is a accoladed actress, model, singer, and mother to two daughters. Born in Utah and raised in California, she began touring in a musical review with her family from a young age. Brittany has had a diverse career as a model, voiceover actress, Broadway actor, professional dancer, and recording artist. Currently, she is the owner of Pure Productions and works in real estate development. So, well established women. Bronwyn definitely seems to be the spicy one, so I can't wait. Again, season 5 premieres September 18th. I gave you guys the trailer, the cast photo looks, so check that out on my page. Always comment, like, let me know what you think, and are you excited for this season? I can't wait. Now, lastly, before I get out of here, I just wanted to, this happened earlier part of last week, but I was literally today years old when I found out that Drea Kelly was dating Cisco from Love and Hip Hop New York, and that they've been dating for almost 11 years. I'm still in disbelief. I really wanted this to be a promo for a Tubi movie or something. I just cannot believe that this is an actual relationship for 11 years, because the math is not mathing. Because I could have swore she was married to somebody else within 11 years. So I'm not really following how this relationship has been for 11 years. And within 11 years, Cisco was always trying to get back with his baby mama that he was always cheating on, but wanted her, but couldn't get himself together. So I'm really trying to understand how they have an 11-year relationship. But yeah, they were celebrating their anniversary. It seemed like she jumping and climbing all over him in some fishnet stockings, and said that she hoped that they get together for another 11 years. But I was truly shocked by that. I'm trying to look for these wedding pictures to show y'all real quick, because she was married within the last 11 years. I am not tripping. I'm about to find it real quick for y'all before I get off of here. Yep, got it. I'm just put it up to the screen so y'all can see it. And this is courtesy of one of my loyal followers, Latoria, on Facebook. But y'all, can y'all see that? Let me see. But that is Drea. That is Drea. Maybe if I turn it this way, you can see it a little better. But that is Drea, y'all. That's Drea. Don't ask me about these bridesmaids dresses, honey. With that high split and them wrinkles, I don't know. I don't know who that man is. But that who Drea was married. So, besides being married to R. Kelly after that, she was married to somebody else within these last 11 years. So, listen. 2 plus 2 ain't equaling 4. It's giving more like 26. I don't understand what's happening in these reality TV streets, y'all. I really don't. Love Nice said, out of all the men on the fucking planet, the creep squad general. Yeah, Love Nice, exactly. Lived Through Me said, wasn't R. Kelly holding her hostage in the last 11 years? A few people apparently, but I ain't getting into that. That ain't my lane. That's R&B. I'm reality TV. Lived Through Me said, we can't see that shit. You could so see it. You could see it. I ain't had time to put it up on my slides, but you could see that. Like, stop it. You see Drea Kelly there. That is Drea Kelly. And them her bridesmaids. So knock it off. You can see that very clearly. Stop trying to like get my password or something so you can scam me. You can see that. But y'all, that is all the reality TV news I have for you this week. I got a special surprise for y'all before y'all go. So y'all know Love After Lockup is coming on tomorrow. We will do midday tea talk Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you check in after, watch the episode, check in. We normally have some of the Love After Lockup cast stop through, comment, answer your questions. Kim normally stops by. I appreciate her support. But Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be interviewing Letitia from Love After Lockup. Her husband Keith is still locked up and she's trying to figure out how to get him home. But yes, I will be interviewing Letitia Saturday. So make sure you stop by. Thank you, Love D Nice says she's there. I want to ask her all the questions. If you have questions, DM me. I'm going to put up a flyer for the interview and let you guys ask some questions. Y'all don't get me in trouble. This is my first interview. Y'all don't scare the people off and they don't want me to interview them, because this interview will stream live. If you don't get to watch it live, it'll be on my YouTube channel. Love you nice, because I got a lot to say. Oh Lord, don't get me in trouble. But I do too. I'm gonna be asking all the questions that we've already been discussing in our we're gonna be discussing all the questions we've already had on the midday tea talk. Try to get some answers. There's a lot happening in the streets right now with Letitia, with tax liens, alleged stealing clients' money. I'm gonna ask her to answer whatever she can legally to clear her name. I want to know about that red tag that was on the door. Was that for Keith or was that for you? Live through me said, man, F them kids. But yes, y'all, your girl is doing her first interview. I'm entering my interview era, trying to step it up and step out of my comfort zone. So Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will put up a flyer for you guys to click the reminder so you don't forget. Set your alerts. But yeah, Saturday, we got midday tea talk at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got the we're going to talk about Love After Lockup, the whole Friday's episode. Then we're going to come back 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday and interview Letitia. Sunday, we have another midday tea talk on Saturday's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I got some sneak peeks for y'all of the episode. It is giving. Y'all know the ladies are traveling to St. Thomas. So a lot of exciting things. Y'all know midday tea talk is happening pretty much every single day except for Thursdays, because we do the Thursday night podcast. So Thursday nights is the podcast where we go through all the reality news, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to update my midday tea talk schedule in my bio for you guys to have it and know it. But the best thing I could say is click the link in my bio, subscribe to my YouTube channel, so that if you can't watch live, all my midday tea talks, all my podcast episodes are loaded on my YouTube channel for you. So please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate the support. Love D Nices. I missed so many lives. I need to know who much money the little white girl got. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out too. I might reach out to her because I'm following her. I was saying I think she got her money from the accident with her neck, where she was in the car and her friend was drunk driving, smashed into the wall. I'm thinking her money came from that. That's not uncommon on Love After Lockup, definitely. But yeah, I always reach out to the cast, see if they can stop by midday tea talks. And like I said, love you nice. If you missed my lives, I get it. They're at 12:30 if you're working, but you can always go back to my YouTube and watch them. All of them are loaded there for you. Right after I finish my live, they go right up there. So I got you covered, girl. So guys, make sure you watch Love After Lockup tomorrow night. Sneak peek on the way of the episode, and I will see you Saturday for midday tea talk to discuss the episode. And again, we're gonna be interviewing Letitia Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please come by, support, DM me, comment when I post the flyer, and let me know your questions. All right. Again, guys, I am always doing promos. So if you have a business or a product you need me to promote, my prices are there. They're on my page. You can email me through my Instagram page, Serious Inquiries Only. My Cash App is also here for you. You have my Cash App, $ Reality Recap. I appreciate the donations to just help me continue to grow, to elevate my podcast, to travel to content events for reality TV. I truly appreciate all of your support. And before I get out of here, like I always say, reality TV stars are humans too. Don't forget that. See y'all Saturday for Midday Tea Talk. Y'all have a great Thursday night and a happy Friday, and I'll see you Saturday. It's your girl V with Reality Recap. Peace.